Developments is John Hofmeister. He is the former president and CEO of Shell's U.S. operations. He's also the Citizens for Affordable Energy founder and CEO, and he's the author of the book, Why We Hate the Oil Companies. John, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Becky.
So what do you think of all of these changes? What does this mean for BP, and what's it mean for the situation in the Gulf?
Well, I think the situation in the Gulf will continue as it has been. There's still a lot of work to do. There's still, lots of oil. There's still a fishing ban. There are all kinds of things that Bob Dudley is now familiar with, which will carry on. I think Bob is very good for the situation because he has demonstrated methodical persistence, which is exactly what was needed in the Gulf. His integrity, his credibility, his street smart, all very good. I think turning to the company as a whole, what he's going to have to really get his arms around are the boring bits of business. I think, BP never fully integrated its big acquisitions. They had an entrepreneurial, strategic CEO in John Brown. Tony Hayward tried to make some changes, but I think now Bob really has to get down to the boring bits, the structures, the processes, the systems that the company needs to really run like an institution.
Is he the right guy to do that?
Well, I think he's well placed for it. I think Amoco was a pretty well-run company, not from a strategic standpoint, but from an operational standpoint. And so I think he brings that patience. And that's what I think the company needs now is patience to do that boring work that makes the internal processes work like clockwork.
There's a lot of other issues they've got to deal with, including the sale of assets. Is he going to be the right man who can look around at which assets to sell, or are those decisions being made by the board right now without him?
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of people helping him. This job, any job, CEO job in a super major, is too big for one person. And so it really matters who it is that's helping him in terms of strategic disposition or acquisition, as the case may be. Who's going to help him on the managing the internal procedures? Who's going to help him in the Gulf? All of those things. A good CEO is only good because he surrounds himself or she with great people.
BP came in with earnings that were better than expected when you strip out the $32 billion nearly that they're taking in charges. They came in with almost $5 billion in underlying profit. And I guess that's a sign of just how strong this company is, how it can continue to knock out cash. I guess that's a good sign for people here in the United States who are expecting this company to pay up for all the cost for this oil spill, correct?
And absolutely right, Becky. And I think it goes to the point that the British Prime Minister has made repeatedly, I think, to the administration, don't destroy this company. This is a company with great assets. It's got great positioning in various parts of the world. And it can afford to pay up what its liabilities are, but not with the boot on the neck of, which I find abhorrent. And I think those words will come back to haunt the Secretary and the administration for a long time to come.
Well, let's drill down on that. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to say that, John, but the other thing that we're hearing from certain circles is that this is another example of that you can see the fingerprints of the Obama administration in having Dudley in there. Do you think we were able to name our own CEO here?
Absolutely, I believe so. If you look across what BP's options were, I think Bob Dudley is a very good choice.
But was this the government's pick?
No, I don't think so for a moment.
And it's good. It's a good thing, whether we push for that or not. The Obama administration, it's a good thing that it happened anyway, right?
Yes, it is, because BP really has to turn the page. And I don't think they could turn the page with Tony. He did a lot of good things, but he didn't have a long enough time. He obviously didn't cause the blowout. The blowout was caused by bad judgments by people on the rig.
But do you think, John, the board is in charge now in terms of, and Dudley in terms of asset dispositions? I mean, we can't. Do you think we still are advising the company on what we'd like it to do, the government?
I think only in relationship to the Gulf of Mexico, Joe. That's it.
Yeah, that's fine, then. That's good.
Hey, John, just the situation technically in the Gulf right now. This top kill looks like it's working, but I've also heard from geologists who say they're very worried that could damage the well and then mean that the relief wells won't work. What's your take on the situation?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. I think every day that the top hat is holding is a good day. but there's still those experts who feel that the casing is under-designed for the kind of pressures that it's facing, and let's just hope it works. I think the BP engineers seem to have confidence in it, and they're the ones that will make some of the best decisions about this. Let's hope it works. The top kill and the bottom kill simultaneously, if they both work, then the well's behind us, and that would be a very good thing for everybody concerned.
Let's hope for that. John, thank you very much for joining us.
Hofmeister. Comments, questions about anything you see here on Squawk, email us at squawk@cnbc.com. Coming up, roughly a